Hi, this is Cedric with Securely. Securely is the student safety solution selected by your school to help keep your students safe and productive while using the internet on school-issued devices. One of the ways in which Securely helps keep students safe and productive is to get parents engaged with their students' online activity with our app, Securely Home. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through how to set up and use this app. To get started, look for the welcome email from Securely. The link in this email will take you directly to either the Apple App Store or the Android Play Store so you can install Securely Home. Once you install the app, you can open it and begin. You can also log in automatically by clicking a link in any summary email sent to you by Securely Home. So from the Securely welcome email that I've received, I'll click on the link to the App Store, and you'll see here that I'm on the Securely Home App Store listing page where I can install it. Once it's downloaded and installed, I'll open the app, and from here, I just tap Get Started. Upon opening the app for the first time, you'll be asked to enable notifications. These notifications will allow you to receive activity alerts, notifications from your school, and more. If you'd like to receive these notifications, just tap Notify Me, and in the next pop-up, tap Allow. You'll see in the app that there are 4 main sections. You'll see an activity feed, flagged activity, rules, and offline schedules. Above the buttons for these 4 sections are icons for stories, and then at the bottom, you'll see the Pause Internet button. Let's start at the top with Stories. Stories allows you to quickly see curated summaries of your child's online activity for that day. Each story highlights particular categories of sites or activities. Swipe left to advance and right to go back. If there's a lot of content to view, a link will appear at the bottom of the screen to view more. Parents with more than one child can switch to another child's story by tapping the X in the upper right corner and selecting a different story to view. Stories that you have not yet viewed will have a highlighted border around them. Stories refresh daily at 4 p.m. Next, let's check out the activity feed. Now in the activity feed, you'll see the last 30 days of activity for your children, and that's going to include the sites that they visit, the searches that they conduct, and the videos that they watch on their school-issued device. If you have more than one child, you can use the checkboxes at the top to filter by child. You can also use the search bar to search for specific websites or terms. So for instance, if I wanted to see what my child has been up to on YouTube, I can type that in the search bar and it will pull up everything that my child has been searching for on YouTube. In addition to that, if I want another way to break things down, I can use the filter button in the upper right-hand corner to filter by category. Now these categories let you get a quick overall picture of what your child has been doing online, whether that's looking at Wikipedia articles, watching videos, what searches they've been making, just to name a few. So for example, here I can apply the educational filter, and I can say that my kids have been doing a lot of work on Khan Academy, and I can click into this and see that they've been working on Algebra 1. So again, this gives me great insight as a parent into what my child is doing on that school device, wherever that school device is, whether it's at home, whether it's at school, and it's going to allow me to see what they're learning, so I can have these conversations around the things that they're learning at school on a daily basis. Next is the flagged activity section, which is where you can view any activity that is flagged as being related to self-harm, bullying, or violence. If a social media post or web search is flagged by Securely, it will appear here. Next, you have rules. What the rules menu does is allows parents to manage filtering options that the school allows parents to set for when the device is not at school. If you have multiple children, you can set these up per child. The first option you have here is simple allow or block lists. These allow you to allow or block specific websites that you don't want your children accessing. At the top, you'll see it's split into blocked and allowed. To add a site to either list, you simply type the URL into that list. So for example, if you want to block youtube.com, you just type in youtube.com. If you want to allow Coursera.org, you can switch to the Allow tab and type in Coursera.org. If you want to block another site, you can just go back to the Block List tab and type in Twitter.com. To remove any site from a list, just tap the X. The next section under Rules is Categories. You'll see that in this menu, Securely has 14 categories. Most of these categories are pretty self-explanatory. For more information, you can tap Read More for an explanation of any particular category. For each of these categories, you'll see whether that category is allowed or blocked. Some categories may be grayed out, which means you don't have control over that particular category. For example, if the gaming category is blocked but my child is doing well and outside of school time I want to give them access to games on the school device, I can simply just click the toggle and now games are allowed. So it's very easy to toggle back and forth. When it's time to block things again, I'll simply click the button back and now games are blocked. Again, all this doesn't impact anything while the device is at school. For school use, that's when school settings will take effect. Outside of school is when the rules that you set will be in effect. The next section under Rules is Search and Video. This lets you manage specific settings related to search and video. Essentially, this lets you toggle safe search, image safe search, and things like that. Let's go back to the main menu again. Next, we'll look at offline schedules. What offline schedules does is it lets you easily manage your child's screen time. With this, you can set time ranges during which the internet connection is disabled on the device. The main use case for this is for setting up a bedtime. To do this, tap on bedtime and turn it on. This lets you choose when you want the school device's internet connection to turn off and then back on in the morning for school nights and for weekends. So by using these sun and moon sliders, you'll be able to adjust when the internet connection for your child's device goes to sleep and wakes up. Once you have it how you want, click Save. Now I can set as many of these as I want. I can set a device-free dinner time for an hour every night. I can set an outdoor play time after school. Whatever your schedule looks like, you can set up however many time ranges you want during which the device cannot connect to the internet. But again, you can't override what happens during school hours. The controls that you have do not affect the device when the student is at school. The last feature is the Pause Internet button. And with the Pause Internet button, you can actually pause the device's connection on the fly. So if you need to go in for whatever reason and stop your child from accessing the internet, you simply go in and tap Pause. From here, you will also see if the child's device is affected by an offline schedule if you're in that time range. If the device is under an offline schedule, you can unpause it from here as well if you want to end it early. So if dinner wraps up early and your kid wants to get back to doing homework, that's how you would handle that. So from here, you can also see that even with multiple children, you can pause and unpause their connections independently. You'll also see that at the top left is a menu button. From there, you can tap on it to go anywhere you want in the app and also change your account settings like your password or notification settings. From here, you can also view frequently asked questions if you need quick help. If you need, you can create a ticket for our support team just by simply tapping to email this address and then filling out the information. Once you do that, you'll submit it and one of our support team members will be able to provide you assistance. So that is Securely Home. Again, Securely Home will give you an activity feed, will allow you to set customized rules outside of school time, allow you to set offline schedules during which the device will not connect to the internet, and you can also pause the device's connection on the fly. So with these tools, you'll be able to connect what your kids are doing and see what they're learning. You'll also be able to manage screen time, as well as manage some of the filtering. I'm excited for you to be able to use this. Many of us here at Securely are parents ourselves who have kids who use school devices, so we know this is a great tool, and we hope that you'll enjoy it. Thank you.